Hello, I am Dog Reacts. Today I will be reacting to Sidemen react to Squid Games. I hope you enjoy my interesting and unique way of reacting. Let's get straight into the video.
Welcome back to Sidemen Reacts. The world has become Squid Game mad. If you haven't watched the show, you should probably watch the show before you watch this. But we're going to be taking a look at the behind the scenes of this set, because it had some really cool sets.
It's hashtag spoiler alert, I think.
It is, yeah, definitely. It is a spoiler. So
Can we also give props to the director who wrote it in 2009 and got rejected for 10 years?
Yeah, no.
You know, there's a lot of good shows coming out now that have been rejected for ages. You know, it's another one, Queen's Gambit.
Or rejected for ages, yeah.
Yeah, that was like written like 10 years ago as well, and people were like, why would anyone watch a TV show about chess? And it was like one of Netflix's biggest shows this year.
Shows that these big media industry
these
boomers
boomers
all the time. They're too booming, man. Stop booming.
Tell these boomers, shut up, and we're gonna find out what this set looks like. Let's go.
One question.
This is gonna ruin it for you, by the way.
If we win, just how much do we get?
One very special detail on set could have helped
for you.
No, because I think this is gonna make me appreciate it more. Yeah, because I know what
I'm
it
saying
looks
to
like.
audience.
Oh yeah.
Like this, if you ever watch Final Things of a film, you'll ruin it for you. This is my whole uni coursework the whole time. And I hated it.
From giant dolls to mind-bending stairs inspired by a piece of art, the team behind Squid Game went all out with their sets.
These are bigger sets.
While
than people
CGI is used to create or complete certain images, many of the sets and backdrops seen in Squid Game were fabricated just for the show. This is extra impressive because some of the real sets look like they could be created by computers with just how mesmerizing and exciting they look. Especially when the backdrops appear to be outdoor locations. Tug of War might seem like a simple enough game to film, but the team behind the Netflix hit opted to build a large space and the raised platforms used in the game from scratch. The space created managed to be the perfect base for the actors to perform on, and to add CGI effects afterwards to make the space as daunting as it feels for the actors.
Felt like that.
Every inch had to be precisely built to ensure the safety of the performers while doing such physical work.
되게 황홀했어요. 그 공간 안에 들어간 순간.
The dorms the players stay in during Squid Game may be the dullest colored set, but it's certainly not the least impressive. The gray walls and metal bunk beds aren't so inviting or comforting, but they definitely set the scene and make an impact. The size of the space was so vast that for the performers, it could feel like they were in a coliseum. The dorm space is where so much happens. A major fight, learning the truth of the game, watching the money add up, and the prison-like aesthetic provided the ideal backdrop for these pivotal
Very
moments.
spoiler, very well, stop.
If you do not wish to participate, then please let us know at this time.
Not a single detail was overlooked when the art department and creative team worked to bring all the spaces we see.
Wait, Josh, you watched it in English or Korean?
Korean.
We're all in good
so I think I watched the first 30 seconds in English and went,
everyone's
happened to me as well.
One very small but meaningful detail, one that even could have helped the players out a bit, was hiding in plain sight on the walls.
사실 기대와 상상을 한 것 이상으로 충격적인 비주얼들이 펼쳐지더라고요.
We don't see them in the first part of the series, but as players lose and there isn't a need for so many beds, we slowly see the images revealed. All the illustrations on the walls depict each of the games played throughout the series. The fact that the bunk beds were in tall stacks was no coincidence either. The art director thought them up to convey themes of abandonment and carrying emotional baggage. They were actually made out of the same material as tunnels. The colorful and unsettling sets of staircases we see in Squid Game were actually inspired by a famous piece of art called Relativity.
This reminds me of,
the original image came from the mind of a Dutch artist named M.C. Escher. The Squid Game creative team felt the mind-bending picture would be the perfect addition to the series, and they weren't wrong. The original photo includes 7 stairways arranged in a world where gravity is different, and considering Squid Game really turns every player's life upside down whether they want it to or not, the homage paid to this classic piece of art makes a lot of sense and just adds to the genius of the show.
Whoa, this place is gigantic.
Yeah, fuck that.
The sheer scale of them. The space of the children's playground for the
that's
Honeycomb
not too
game
hard of a
featured
set.
real,
I can't
enormous
lie.
versions of
This one?
playground equipment
Yeah, this isn't
with
that
a fake
impressive.
drawn sky background, making the whole
Instead of-
scene
instead of doing
look like an
Sidemen,
image we'd see in a children's
Squid Game, we should do the 1 or 2 challenges. Like we should do the honeycomb challenge.
We need a
And what?
paintball gun,
If
and
you
we need
break
people
it,
to
you
get
get-
shot.
No,
You
you
get
can't
shot.
do paintball gun. You get a neck
We
slap.
can do paintball guns. We've
No,
done
we'll
it.
get demonetized, bro.
We did a whole video and it was fine.
I think because we
but
mastered,
we
we mastered
didn't
it
do it
enough
with
to
a
hide and
focus on-
seek. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why. I think if the whole forfeit is it, then it's like, and you're saying it's pain.
Yeah.
incredible
Make Sidemen
job at
logos
bringing us a
on Honeycomb.
freaky playground vibe. The large-scale equipment also helped
You get
with
the
making
original
the players
Sidemen
feel
XX,
like
you're like,
children,
"Fuck."
replicating
Look
what
at
the
that gun,
environment
right?
would have looked like to
Yeah.
them when
They've
they
got all
were
these
young.
MP5s on the shop right
The
now.
team definitely
I think it was
accomplished
'cause
the
that gun was about to be
formidable
used.
but
Fired.
also
Yeah, it was.
familiar and reminiscent of childhood look that director Huang was hoping to achieve.
So our options are circle, triangle.
Oh my
Star,
We
goodness,
umbrella.
the dubbing is
can't discuss
pain.
the incredible sets without mentioning one very impactful prop.
Everyone loves
If
that doll.
that's
That
what
doll's
we
an
call
icon.
a
weren't
creepy
creepy enough.
giant doll that had the power to take any player out that it saw
just the
moving.
meme of her
The
eye
red
going
light, green
like,
light
her eye
doll
going
is a
crazy.
major
Yeah.
part of the scene for the initial game and shockingly wasn't created just for the show. Yes,
Oh.
this terrifying giant Mubunkwa doll actually existed before
Not
and
gonna
was
attempt to
displayed
pronounce
for
that.
the public to see at a museum adventure village in South Korea. The doll
Missing a
is
hand.
back in its original home since the production wrap, so people can see this amazing piece of the Squid Game story in person. It
That's
seems like the games were tough for the doll as well, since it now is inexplicably missing one of its hands. Some cast members were actually speechless when they were on set for the first time, thrilled by the fact that they'd get to interact and perform in these incredible spaces. The actor who plays number one had
was
a
happy all the
really
time.
intense
He's too
nostalgic
sick, I can't
reaction when
lie.
he was on set where the marbles game takes place.
부수치기도 저도 했어요. 어렸을 때 해서 그 생각도 나고.
All the houses and
I'm trying to
streets
get a
we
tracksuit,
see
not
were
gonna
built
lie.
from the ground
Bro,
up.
that's what I was
No
saying
small
yesterday. The
feat, but
tracksuits are
so
cold.
worth
I want
the
that. I want
final
number 4.
incredible product.
Give
The
me number
set had the
21.
power to transport
Number 1,
the
2, 3,
cast
thanks.
members themselves to other places, so it's no
21 is there!
surprise they
Give it!
completely captured us.
So now on.
For director of the series Huang, it was important to build an authentic world so the team could more easily tell the story truthfully, meaning not a lot of CGI ended up being used.
That's
Not
smart.
a
You can
corner
tell.
was cut, and the Squid Game team decided to really build everything we see.
Those walls are
Oftentimes,
so high.
extremely large versions,
Man.
which only added to the impressive production. One of the coolest examples of a non-CGI shot is the very first game, Red Light, Green Light, where there were actually over 400 performers on the set playing the
Wow.
game. Oftentimes, in scenes like these, loads of people end up being added in with CGI, but since the set itself was so enormous, they were able to accommodate a massive cast and crew.
Over there. Looks really freaky.
Bro,
For the performers, seeing the sets for the first time blew them away, and they needed to capture the magic.
첫날 아침에 이제 세트장을 들어가면은 사진 찍기 바빠요.
The cast had, of course, had time with the script for a while before they arrived to film, and when reading, naturally thought up of what the sets were going to look like. For the most part, it was not at all what they'd expected, and some actors were even caught off guard, shocked that these incredible spaces existed and that they were the lucky actors who got to perform on them. For other actors, the set felt a bit like a fantasy or dream world. The colors and childlike
Practice
structures
jumping on
are
the glass. I would
surprising
have
and
missed.
catch audiences
I would have
off
missed
guard
one of
in a
those
fantastic
tiles.
way as well. The sheer scale of it all was overwhelming, but the performers managed to fill the space right up with their incredible acting. With so many interesting locations, it's a bit surprising that the whole production is filmed in just one city. About an hour outside of Seoul, South Korea is Daejeon. This city
I
has
wanna
been the
go
home
South Korea.
base
I
for
think
many
it's
Yeah,
South Korean
same.
productions and is now home to Squid Game, where so much magic was created.
She
Since there
drives
wasn't
me
any
crazy.
big traveling
by the way.
being done,
Really good actor. Really good actor.
All the actors are incredible because they make me feel all these kinds of emotions where I'm like,
Making some stuff away.
Great character as well, actually. Yeah, great character.
traveling being done, the budget for the set could be a bit higher, and the team took advantage of it. These creations were far from cheap.
I think that's what you said.
The sets of
Oh.
Squid Game
Good
are a
one.
major
Sorry.
contributor to why the show has become such a hit. They really play characters of their own and add massive amounts of info and energy to the story. They somehow managed to make childlike images terrifying and present unsettling scenes we couldn't even have thought up in our worst nightmares. Which set were you most excited by?
What set was I most excited by? Yeah, I mean, tell me what I thought was most impressive when I see it in the actual show.
I like the glass bridge one was really, really good.
Glass bridge one was sick as well.
Yeah, had to be one of those two.
Big up Squid Game. Go check it out. You know, I mean, if you watched the whole this whole video, you kind of fucked it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you should have watched.
I know. You
could know the whole show and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Honestly, you could still appreciate it and watch it, but probably better if you hadn't seen this. But if not, and you feel like you might like it, give it a watch. This is not an endorsed message, but we've all watched it, so get on the hype. Thanks for tuning in.
Or just watch sideplus.com and you can watch the behind the scenes all Sidemen Sundays instead.
Or watch both. Why not?
Yeah, but I'd advise going to sideplus.com.
Thank you.